Good afternoon, YouTube, or good morning, depending where you're at. This is your man, always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Anyway, today I hope y'all enjoying your Labor Day weekend, spending with people special, good friends and families, and your barbecuing, whatever else. But I am here with a very beautiful woman, and to quote one of my favorite characters, and she is beautiful.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is Mrs. Capucine LeConte. If I got the name right, please tell me.
LeConte, Capucine LeConte.
LeConte.
Cappuccino.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you for coming by. And we want to thank you for sharing your time with us. Now, please tell your history about yourself, how you got to sport of bodybuilding, and anything else you want to share.
Wow. I'm gonna in some this is too tedious. So I am born and raised in Miami, Florida. I was very overweight as a kid. I had the nickname Head and Shoulders growing up in school. Basically what happened, it wasn't just the weight that bothered me, it was not finding love because of the weight. I was always like the third wheel, or like the friend of the friend, and like I was never like the girlfriend. I was always like his home girl, and I got tired of being lonely. So I started working out around 16, 17. I would walk to the gym about 2-3 miles to LA Fitness. And I came across a gentleman who lived in New York, which had just moved to Florida. His name was Josiah. And his name is Josiah. And he told me, hey, you should train. I want to train you. I see you coming here all the time and you don't know what the hell you're doing. You come here at 5 a.m., but you don't know what you're doing. So I would like to train you for free, but you got to make sure you get here at 4. So I was like, all right. I started training with him, and then he took me to my first bodybuilding show, and I saw these like tall, big, strong men, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get that. I definitely I gotta compete. I got to do this. So I started competing back in 2007, actually. And I had gotten second place against Darium Charles's wife. And I competed again in Massachusetts. I had decided to go to bikini at that point. And that's the show that made me quit, because I had gotten so defined. I wasn't brolic. I had 12-pack, really defined abs, was eating so much rice and all this stuff. And then I went from first place to third place, and the entire stage got up and was like, you're robbing her. This is fucked up. And I didn't understand what happened. I thought I won, So when I realized it was third place, I was in shock. And the other women, there's no abs, no nothing. This is bikini division, natural show. I had a drug test done, lie detector test done, all that. So I quit from there. I figured that this is too much politics. The judges told me I came in too hard, which was crazy because this is bodybuilding. You're supposed to come in hard. You're even, I get I was bikini, but bikini wasn't even a real division at that point, So 7 years later, I was dating someone. I meet someone else, and he ended up introducing me to King Kamali. King Kamali, after I met him, about a month later, I flew to Italy. And he called me and he said to me, he said to my boyfriend at the time, hey, I need that girl that was here. I need her to make some girls look bad in New York. So when I heard that, I hadn't done a show in 7 years. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to do it. So about 6 weeks before, about a week before the show, I had 6 weeks to get ready. So I flew out to Ireland, got totally trashed, everything, got all that out of my system. And then 6 weeks later, after not competing for a show for 7 years, I went into, I believe it was, I forgot what show it was, in New York, it's show in Poughkeepsie. I won that show overall. 2 weeks after that, I got my pro card in Miami.
That's great. That's congratulations.
Yeah.
We got people here. My man, Andre Alexander, never heard of her, but I would do my research on her later. You got a fan. It's my man, Balls Deep. What up and salute. And, he says to you, Capucine, good afternoon, gorgeous,
Hey, hi.
And he's from Chicago, here at Chi-Town. My man, Balls Deep. He's one of my followers. He says, smash the like button, and Balls Deep, no dick pics.
We get those all day, huh?
Yeah, this is one thing. I tell people, especially when I do my interviews with some of you ladies, I tell guys no D pics, because you know what? you ladies don't need that shit. You know, it's borderline sexual harassment. I know she's guys. I know she's a very pretty girl. She got a bad body. I know you see something like this, you get excited. Your winky woo gets a little longer. But you have to respect these women because these are women. These are ladies. They're here to give us information, tell us stories. I know a lot of guys do it. I did it once. I know a girl, she requested it, but that's a different
Oh,
story.
I got it. So whenever I'm dating a guy, I'm like, don't even go through my phone because you're gonna see things that you probably don't want to see because there's no controlling over it. But at this point, I've become so used to it that whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing about the sport. How some guys can be like, "Oh, wow, these girls got muscles, yeah, yeah, yeah," but then it be the same guys talking shit about you, but then come on, be like, "Yeah, baby, oh, baby, and it's just
It's
crazy because
that fetish we don't talk about.
yeah, because I'm part of the Smo nation, and we guys because one thing was that something about y'all women it's just something different. Because I'm like I said, I'm from North Carolina. All women right here a little soft, a little healthier, a little thicker. I remember a while back, just about a month ago, I met my first actual professional bodybuilder, a friend of mine's, and a couple of ladies I done interviews with, and it was just an opportunity for me to meet some of you ladies in person and see y'all. You still prepping, getting ready for the shows, and it's just a pleasure. Like I said, that's why I do this because I want to stretch out my content and give you attention. Because one thing, mostly I was just competing, talking. You're my first professional figure competitor. You're my second figure competitor. I have a dear friend by the name of Liz Oliver. She's up in New York now. She just turned pro last year, and she's going to compete in physique. She did both. When I found her was she was doing the Darren James show about was it last year, and I said, wow, she's pretty cool. So I reached out to her. She said, okay, let's do an interview. And she was living in Arizona with her and her husband at the time, and she's been a great friend. We said keep in contact, and I enjoyed this my content. Doing this really opened my mind about the sport and the stuff that's going on. And women like you need a platform to be recognized and get attention. Because the fact is, truthfully, it's a tough sport. And the fact,
Especially lately. I mean, I've been in the sport since, like I said, 2007, and back then, no one would have thought that fitness was going to become this mainstream thing. I always wanted it to be. I always had this dream that it was, but did we really know it was going to get this big? And sometimes I really regret the fact that I didn't continue on repetitively. Because one thing you're going to learn with being a competitor, you could have the best body, the best coach, everything is there, but if you're not actually using that competition license and doing shows, it's very rare that the judges are going to give you that placement that you want. Because what I noticed at my last show, it's that it's all about also investing monies in the shows before they even give you that big check. They want to see that you're competing.
yeah,
So
and also consistency is one thing because there's some people like I have a lady who becomes very friendly with. Her name's Beverly. She competed at the indie show. That was like right before the New York Pro, and she didn't do too good because she had situations that happened, and she started saying, "I'm gonna take a step back for a while."
right.
And as a fan, as fanboys, when you ladies say, "Well, you're not gonna be able to see," and we can't be, but now I can't understand because the fact is, it's a lot of stress, physically, mentally, financially. I mean,
And
uh,
just your body right now, it's not even just your body anymore. I mean, I'm not going to say names, but recently I had a girlfriend of mine that was competing and she was always winning. I mean, not always winning, always coming in like top 5, top 6, top 8, and she had an incredible body, great presentation. And one of the judges expressed to her that she was wondering why she wasn't winning, and he said that you've got to take care of your face too.
Yeah, because their looks are one thing. I know recently, one lady I follow, she just did she did some little like surgery. Like I think she got some fillers. She did some tattoo in her makeup. That's
Right.
the thing, and that thing it costs a lot more for
That's
you ladies to compete.
expensive. That stuff. I mean, that stuff is not inexpensive. Like a shot of Botox can run you anywhere from $300 to $600 for one little section.
Yeah. Here we got once again Balls Deep saying, "Merry Memory Day weekend." Appreciate it, Balls Deep.
Mary,
And here from Andre, I stopped doing dick pics. Women have elapsed blackout on their end. Yeah, so stop doing dick pics, Andre. Here we have a guy. I mean, I know your Spanish is probably better than mine. Omar Acosta. I don't know what he's saying. You see it? Because
says, "Qué buena está. Gracias."
All right, because my Spanish is
Muchas
mucho poquito, mucho poquito. I learned my Spanish from Sesame Street when I was a kid, because I came from, like I said, my mother and father were we used to work in the fields, and they were sharecroppers, and I was like the youngest out of with my mother and father. I'm the youngest out of seven, but with my father, I'm the youngest out of nine. Because to quote one of my favorite characters, my father was a drunk and a fiend. My mother didn't like it, not one bit. I love him. He was just great. I love the whole. Like I told you before, I'm the big fan of the whole Nolan Batman. It was just great. Once again, he says Omar says, she is good. I mean, you got a fan here, Omar. Here, appreciate
Omar,
it.
thank you so much.
Yeah, George, it was Eclipse Blackout. Eclipse Blackout. I think you're talking about when the dick pics. And Ballsby, turn in for it. Turn in, turn in for me. I mean, stand and turn for me. Oh, he wants to get a. I don't know. It's up to her if she wants to do that for you, balls deep. I know, I mean, it's a request by a fan, but I wouldn't ask you unless you want to. That's the thing.
I'm not gonna turn around, but I'll stand up.
Yeah. Oh my God. She has. I'm telling you, folks. This is why I enjoy doing my job. I mean, you got a beautiful woman right here with amazing body. I mean, I know you guys get your pop tents up right now, and make sure you have investment in lotion and wet wipes and sanitizer. But like I said, we were talking like you talked earlier how it's just that's the thing about this sport, the cost, how you had to have a coming to presentation. The sport has been changing over the last few years. Like I've been a fan of bodybuilding since I can remember. My brother, my late older brother, he used to play football here, and he was a football star, and he used to collect the muscle mags like Iron Man, Flex, and Iron Man, all those. And I used to like to, because I was a kid coming up, and the muscle guys, like I grew up in the '80s, and you had guys like He-Man, you had the Thundercats, you had all these superheroes, and then y'all women was something different. It kind of changed my I was like about 11, 12, and it changed my progressive mind. What I see, in you women, just something different about y'all.
Well, I think because
And
we're always supposed to be considered or stereotyped as calm, cool, collective, sensitive, delicate creatures. And I think when bodybuilding came out, people were not expecting women to be so strong and feminine. And I think that's where my biggest attributes are, where I am a strong looking girl, but there's something I feel is also still maintained my femininity.
yeah, Ball Seep says she got a beautiful physique. Yeah, she does. And beautiful is a work of art. And yeah, it's about y'all ladies. You are, like you said again. She is a living sculpture, and that's the thing about being a bodybuilder. You're sculpting your body. You're changing it. It's
Well,
like,
yeah, what I tell my clients now too. I'm like, you get to a point now where you have to see your body as a canvas. Now when I train, um, I don't really even. I'm not like in the gym training every single thing. What I'm doing now is like creating details to my body so it can become better and better each time. But with
mhm,
with doing that too, sometimes you get like if you have a weak area. For instance, my weakest area is my hamstrings. So this show, I was so concerned with getting my hamstrings bigger and popping and having my legs a match in proportion to my upper body that I barely hit my upper body. I probably had in 14 weeks 10 shoulder workouts.
yeah.
No,
And we got here. Omar says she's a piece of art. Yeah. Omar says again, I eat her with kisses. You get these guys sided, and we got here balls deep. She indulge in juice, and that's the
so
question.
I'll answer that question. I am a fan. If you have tried everything the natural way, then using performance enhancement drugs is not a bad thing because some of us just don't have the genetics or our genetics don't respond as quickly, so it takes us longer and we don't have 2 years to wait sometimes to get a muscle part looking as it is. So in that response, I don't take anything like testosterone, never have taken that. Reason being is because after my first shows, seeing what like the natural weight training did to me, along with certain like I would say orals, I was already at a point where I don't need to start doing injectables because then I'm going to cross into another part of the show. I won't be figure. I'll go into physique or go into bodybuilding at that point. And you can't
Yeah.
be competing in figure looking like physique.
Yeah, because that's the thing is, like, I was talking with a friend of mine, and we seen that your division starting to really progress and change. As I was like, the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic was about a few months ago, and I was, there's some ladies who I follow, like most definitely one lady in your division I follow is Jessica Badia, and I was watching from it was like a video from the backstage, and I'm looking at these girls, I'm saying they don't have physique this year because they cut out, as you know, like I said again, I like to quote the Dark Knight trilogy, as they walk quietly behind physique and bodybuilding and stabbed in the heart. And, while I was looking at the video from backstage, the figure and fitness girls look almost closer to physique. Like I'm looking at Jessica Badia, I'm looking at Ariel Kadir, I'm looking at Misty Trescott.
The girls that do the flips and stuff.
Yeah, the fitness girls,
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that comparison look wise is totally different. I get what you're saying. Comparison look wise is the same, but what the criteria is on stage is different. A fitness girl is not going to come do splits and acrobats stuff. The physique girls are going. I mean, physique girls.
The fitness girls, yeah, the figure girls,
the acrobat stuff. They're not posing down. Physique girls are posing down. It's different posing than the figure girls. They pose kind of like bodybuilders, but they don't know how to, or they're not required to do flips and cartwheels.
Because I know if you look at it like somebody, like Shanique Great.
I was gonna say, I think what's becoming a real similarity is figure and wellness, because a lot of the wellness girls, like I forgot her name, Angela something, she has kind of like a figure body. It's just that her butt's a lot more defined. The only difference between figure and wellness is that there's a lot of emphasis on the legs and the glutes. You know,
I know a friend of mine who who did interview with become friendly. Daphne Carter. She's from your neck of the woods around about Florida. She switched from physique to wellness, and
I want to go into wellness.
yeah, that's probably a good division for, because if you look at it, you have more being that you're of mixed culture. Like Daphne, she's Haitian, because you said you're Haitian, and you have a little bit more of the hourglass figure that probably would be better for you than figure, because if you look at the girls now, they're getting a little bit leaner, a little muscular.
Yeah, I think the figure girls now don't have to be as big, but they have to be so shredded, and no emphasis really on the size of the glutes, more like the shape and the how much striation is in the glute. And to personally, it's not really the look I want, because I don't think it's marketable.
Yeah.
Well, because the average housewife is probably going to lean towards wanting to have this shape like this than to being so hard and so defined. And if you're going to try to go into like Oxygen magazine or her, those mainstream big money people are going to put more money into a more
Feminine looking
look. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, so, yeah. Here, Paul's deep. He's asking you.
Career purposes, I think that wellness is a better division career wise. But figure, I think, would be obviously the next thing. It's just that figure has become a little bit different now. You have to be actually smaller.
Yeah. We got here Balls Deep. She got an IG or OnlyFans. Well, Balls Deep, all you got to do is, I have her social media stuff in the description. You can go to it, follow, check it. She should have it, because I can't put OnlyFans on here, because YouTube is always on some stuff. You can't put. I remember one time I did a video for a lady who was a fan of. She was a porn star. I put her link in there, and I got a strike because of the adult guidelines, boy. But
right. I mean, for that question, the link for that second question would be on my Barbie Buy account. But I keep it as tasteful with limited, it's just tasteful stuff.
Yeah, because that's the thing. That's the thing about this, even on the fetish end, because that is your ladies are considered fetish. The men still make more money than y'all, and that's it.
Oh, what is up with that? Like,
well, you gotta see this. Go ahead.
What I think is, you're talking about like the prize money for the Olympia.
No, not more like on the fetish part, like like for IG, OnlyFans, Yeah, sites like her biceps, yeah, the muscle mag, other
One,
sites like that.
women are making more. Her biceps. I used to be on her biceps. I was probably one of their first main performers there back in 2007. And my first month, first year there, the highest I made was about 10 grand, and all you're doing is doing this.
Yeah, yeah. I used to be on her biceps. I used to be,
And then that'll open up another avenue where people are into like wrestling girls, and that's a whole nother avenue too. And
yeah,
I
that's a sessions and stuff. Yeah,
manage on that part.
yeah. That's the thing is that that's because that on that end the guys here make more money because like I said, I was talking with somebody how it's like this with men
Oh,
bodybuilding.
the sites you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
like I said with men bodybuilding, it's you're gonna have to break it down like this. You have guys who are fan of men bodybuilders. You have guys who are come say come sa, and you have some women. But generally, with you women, exclusively, your fan base is mostly us guys, because you have some women who follow and who support you, but at the same time, it's mostly the majority of it is men. And we get this comments like, "Oh man, you're gay." Well, here's the thing: is this is a female right here. She has breasts, she has hair, she's very attractive. How can I be gay? If it's one thing if it was like beating off to Big Rami or Blessing, but that's different.
Um, can I talk? Can I make a response to that?
Go ahead.
So that's funny you say that. In my experience, um, I used to feel that way when guys try to talk to me. Like I was an avenue for them to experience, perhaps if they needed to come out, so to speak. And the reason saying that is because I don't know if you how long you've been following me, but about 3 years ago, I was in a relationship with someone who was very obsessed with me, very into me, and I came to find out that he was messing around with like transvestite women. Yeah, he was actually seeing a woman that was a tranny and all that, and it really played with my head because I feel like he started with me to see if that's what he really wanted. You know what I mean? Like maybe because I had all these muscles, it was kind of like being with a guy. So he wasn't sure. So I always had my own, like, I don't know, I guess insecurities about that. Like if a guy likes me, does he like me because he likes that I'm a strong woman? Or does he like me because I resemble a guy? You know?
I don't know about you. You a woman to me. I mean, I
I,
like the.
I'm just saying to what you said, I used to have those insecurities. I used to think that.
Yeah. Well, like I remember an old song Tolo said, it might not be the 80s, but I'm down with the ladies.
Right.
I don't know. I don't want nothing that, got the same thing I got. And when I'm with a woman, I like to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, yeah, nigga. Yeah, no, hell no. No, 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 no. No. I gotta be with I gotta be with somebody. Oh, here, once again, your boyfriend, Omar Costa. I admire this woman with the discipline that they have. Yeah, we should admire these ladies.
Thank you so much.
Uh, Andres, which is say asking for a friend. Do you Skype? He's if you Skype.
Oh, yes, I do Skype.
Yeah. So your Andre, as you know, again for social media description, check her out and reach out to her if you seriously, because these ladies can use any kind of way to help them fund their careers.
Yeah, you guys
Uh,
shoot me a DM. Let me know that you watched the interview and you were interested in Skyping or whatever. I might have
yeah,
talk numbers later.
yeah. Ballsy Peds doing wonders. Yeah, Peds is doing wonders. And also here is Omar again. The genetics is very important to have the super heroin bodies, and that's
I
the thing
totally
is,
agree because my lifestyle, honestly, I mean, for the way I am, I'm always impressed with how my body is still maintains and is like up to par with the way I live. Because I think a lot of women take this like super duper seriously and don't even have a life. But I try to balance. I like to, go out to the beach and have fun and have drinks the same way. I like to train and do competitions. The same thing.
yeah, because we were talking earlier because you like to get the beer like Stone Cold Steve, like I like to get a beer, another beer, another beer, another beer, and that's it. Oh, she's heavy back to the head, folks, and yeah, like I said, you should enjoy your life because life is precious. It's fleeting, especially for us humans. We can live to maybe about 100 years if we're lucky, but it's tough about it. It's just to do this and to compete and the sacrifice you make. I gotta respect you to that. Here you go from a man, Omar. I don't understand why DC and Marvel don't hire this woman to be the heroine in the movies. Yeah,
I I've always wanted to be an actress, so I would love to do one of those one day. Who
yeah,
knows?
because you see the new Hulk, the She Hulk. she looks like a tall model. She don't look like really like this She-Hulk from the comic
Just
book.
I mean, even Wonder Woman, even though I love her acting, but like even her, it looks they all look like models. They don't look like these strong women that can, they need to start getting some competitors to do this. Like
Yeah,
Kai.
because I got a friend. Someone talking to her about doing superhero movies, but she was busy. She had to do something, and then they were willing to invest out, but it was just about the timing. And that's the thing is that
Like I said, everything also depends on where you're living too. I feel like your success in fitness has to do a lot with your environment because we also have work. We've got some people have kids, some people have other hobbies and stuff. And if you're not living somewhere where it's easy to get to the gym, or there's even gyms around, that becomes a whole thing for you too. Like for instance, I have 8 gym memberships. I have a gym membership in every damn borough in New York because since I've moved here, it is, first off, it's the most toxic city I've ever lived in, but everything takes 45 minutes to an hour to get to, even if it's 5 minutes away.
yeah,
Parking
well,
in the ass. Not all the gyms are great, so you got to travel everywhere. And some of us go to the gym twice a day. So imagine if you're traveling an hour just to get there one time, and then back an hour, sometimes an hour and 15. That's already 4 hours out of your day just in driving alone. And
yeah,
we've got 24 hours in a day. You got an hour of cardio in the morning, an hour of cardio, if not 2 to 3 hours of weight training, and then work. So, like, think about that.
yeah. I had a nephew. He lived in New York for a while. He said he stayed in like one of those was a studio apartment. Cost him like about $2,000 a month. It was just a bedroom and a kitchen and I think a bathroom. That's about it, isn't it?
Same cause. I lived in a high rise in Miami where every morning I woke up and there was jet skis and boats, and I had about 1,500 square feet. It was a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, but it was massive with a balcony and all that, and it's right there and it's the same price. But here, you're gonna get a shoebox for that money.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's asking my man's boss. He's asking, "Are you single?"
It's complicated.
Yeah, so it's complicated, balls deep. So we're just not going to get too much into that. We got my brother here, KLA. Don't go against nature. He says, "Wow," and my man,
So,
balls. He says, "Pause," because he talked about when you talked about earlier. I don't do transmissions. And here's also your brother Omar here. The people are very ignorant with this. And yes, it is, and it is about ignorance because the fact is, you got to understand these women are athletes. Yes, they maybe not like the athletes you see like bouncing the ball, running a football, boxing. Just had a week. Yesterday had a big fight last night. I do content on MMA, and I do some interviews with ladies who are in MMA mixed martial arts because the fact is, this sport is considered kind of like a hobby sport because you don't get as much
make
out of it as you should.
you have to behave in a way to make this sport as serious as it can be for you. If you don't take it seriously, if you don't become the athlete of this sport, then you're not going to get very far. If you don't treat it like you're an athlete, that's how you become a bodybuilder. You have to change your whole lifestyle, your mindset, your way of thinking, because any other way, you're not going to get far. It's just like I told you, when I did a show a year, yeah, people know me. But imagine if I had been like Yashira, for instance, who does like 30 shows in a year. That means that she has to maintain that conditioning. She has to maintain that site. She has to always be there. So what's going to happen? She's going to get better and better and better. When you take breaks, you have to re-get into that every single time. You might still keep looking better, but imagine if you stay consistent. The key to bodybuilding is discipline and consistency. That's it.
Yeah, and the thing is that you just did a show last week with New York Pro.
Right.
You didn't place as good as you wanted to. It
Well,
was a
it was way, way off. Like the conditioning could have been better.
mhm.
King Kamali was really up my ass about my legs, and it kind of like made me panic. I was in a lot of anxiety every time I went to the gym, and I was spending till 4 in the morning out there every day. You know,
Mhm.
but I was worried about my legs, and I don't feel like I had enough structure in the training. Like I would say, like I need to know, okay, Monday do this, Thursday do that, right? Because when you are in the mindset that you have to get better at one area, sometimes you get so warped up in that you forget about everything else, and then stress levels go up, conditioning falls off, and then when the day of the show, you're not gonna peak.
Yeah, I remember I had a lady who I did an interview with. she came to the show. Then I think she had issues. Her and her husband were traveling, and then their flight got wrong. Their food went this way, this that day. And when she came to the show, she felt like she was off because I think she didn't make. She wanted to make the top 10 at that show or top five, but I think she got 13th or 14th at the show. And I remember I see some shows where some women said like, they came in, they were great when we were before they left the house, but then when we got the show, like something happened and it seemed like it just kind of pulled everything out of whack.
Well, I peaked the next morning. The next morning, I looked crazy. I was like, "Oh my god, damn it! Why couldn't I look like that yesterday?" But I think, like I said, there was this stress level, and I mean, not to talk about my coach, but like he was in Jersey. He should have been there.
Yeah. Here we got here your man Omar. I want to know her. That's why you listen to the interview, Omar. You get to know her. Here we got here my man KLA. Some dudes do want to experiment. Some are undercover. I'm sorry, I came late. She is a fire. She's on fire.
Thank you.
Also, we got here Mr. 100 Rounds. Respect to you all. Appreciate you, brother. And again, here we got Omar. I need this woman in the DC and Marvel movies. Like, if and have you done any acting? Now, if you could.
When I was very young, around the age of 17, I was in Justin and what's that girl's name? Justin and Kelly. I played an extra in there, and I also played a DJ in a Hispanic reggaeton music video in Miami.
Yeah, Justin, what's the face? Barini, who they were that I think that year after they did the American Idol, and Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson, right?
Yeah, when she had a nice shake to her. She's a thick little white girl. Now right. She looks a little bit,
I was in that movie when it first came out, like a long time ago.
Yeah, if you could play a hero, especially if which hero would you play?
Bionic Woman, Wonder Woman, or G.I. Jane, or a boxing hero. I really have always wanted to be into a boxing movie. I'm really good at boxing, and I'm good at wrestling too. So,
well, if I wouldn't want to be your sparring partner because if I'll be DQ for excessive holding.
Oh, if you can catch me.
That's just me grabbing. Well, like I said, I do content on MMA. Like I said again, and that's a tough sport too. You do a lot of BJJ or you just do stand up striking or like that?
A grappling submission holds.
All right, so as I remember one of my favorite boxers back in the day, Bernard Hopkins called BJJ Brazilian gay sex. It's just it's a sport. I mean, like I said, I've done interviews related for MMA, and this is a question I'm going to ask you, and you can give me the answer to it. How do you get out of a Kimura?
What's a Kimura?
Oh, it's kind of like it's a move where you kind of it's like a head. It's kind of like almost like a headlock move. That's in BJJ.
Like a reverse headlock.
I forget how. Wait, you got to. I'll see a link to it. Later to you what it looks like. But it's a move where you kind of like you can get tapped out. It's real. It's a good. It's hard to. It's like. It's like from it gets you from behind here, and your head's like between, and right, you look towards like the back. I mean, but
typically, if my elbows are free, I'd probably dig my elbows into some part of their body. It's like if someone had me, if they were on top of me, and they were like clamping me on a body hold, I would dig my elbows into their psoas. At that point, they won't be able to hold anymore. Once you put the pressure point, it like releases them.
Yeah, I think it's about like I say I've seen it a few times. It's hard to describe it, but here we got here is that's it. Or CSA I asked that. KLA, you be a superhero in a movie. You could be it's cool. Yeah, we said that. We said earlier. I got a lot of guys. These guys are going wild about you. This woman are the perfect choice in DC and Marvel movies. Yeah, that's all. Here again from Balls Deep. Do you and your mechanic? You don't do transmission. You say. And here again we got Omar. She could be Catwoman, not Tiny Kravitz.
I do like Catwoman. I've always wanted to wear that suit. So yeah. Or you know what, Mystique from X-Men.
Oh yeah, that's because I think that's pretty good because I think both Rebecca Stamos played it in the first movies, and then what's the face played it in the the later on remakes, and they can use a new we probably might need a new Mystique.
Used to walk
Uh,
with it. It's great.
yeah. KLA says he lives in Brooklyn, Brooklyn,
Bush.
Flatbush. And here is Omar. She could be the next Spider Woman. Yeah, Spider Woman's getting a problem. You know,
There's a Spider Woman.
yeah, there is a Spider Woman. There's Spider Gwen, and there's a Spider Woman also. And Baldy's has something to say to you too. I saw Baldy's comment. It's somewhere here, but we'll get back to it later. But it's a lot of work. The sacrifices you made as a woman and as a competitor. What would like to see change in the sport of bodybuilding?
I think they should start giving placements just based on what you look like, on your conditioning, not on how many followers you have or how many times you've done a show. I think that, let's say that you just you're training for 2 years and you wanted to come in at your best, you should get rewarded fairly for doing the time. You know what I mean? It shouldn't just be about like how many times you're competing in a show. It should be about your work.
Yeah, that thing is.
I would like them to take out bikini division. I think it's a waste of money, waste of time. The girls look extremely, extremely malnutrition. And what really sucks is that it looks like bikini is getting a lot more marketing, a lot more money, a lot more sponsorships from like certain fitness clothing companies. And I just think it's like, not only is it not fair, it defeats what bodybuilding is about.
Because technically,
putting on good muscle, looking healthy, not like a bunch of twigs who are like on a South Beach cocaine diet.
Technically, your division supposed to be bikini. If that's what it's supposed to be, because as you know, I've been following bodybuilding a long time.
Right.
Bodybuilding
should have been kind of like a bikini division. That's how you really should look.
Yeah, because when bodybuilding started, it started out as bikini originally. Then the women got on the high end, the women started getting a little more, a little more shape, and then they kicked off the high heels and became bodybuilding. And then because people were saying
it's called a bodybuilding show, they're like this big. This big.
Yeah, I have a friend told me that
I don't even get it. Like, are they even training? Like, I don't understand what they're doing in the gym.
Well, you know what they're there for that, for the because the bikinis originally like companies like Hooters, Hawaiian Tropic. It started out back in because you being from Florida, Fort Lauderdale. It was where the girls was there, getting drunk and getting money for, to make money while they get broke after getting drunk. That's where that came from. But originally, as you know, bodybuilding was bikini, and like anything, it evolved. The girls. I know I have a friend. She just did a show. She was judging. She was judging a show, and she told me that even bikini girls on steroids. I said, "What the? They're on steroids?" I mean, I can understand maybe taking a diuretic because they want to push out water, but steroids, I mean, it's crazy. It's like one of my Friday I used to watch Nate Diaz says, see, like everybody's on steroids now.
I mean, bikini girls are on steroids. I don't see it. Like they look like they're not taking anything. They just look like they don't eat.
Yeah, you got here Balls Deep saying beautiful from head to toes, and this is what Balls want to ask you. Can be your designated side dude. That's what he wants to be a side dude.
When I said it was complicated, it's complicated because at this point in my life, I just want someone that's team cap, and I'm that. So like, if that doesn't happen for me, like I'm just focused on dating myself and just becoming better me, so that the right guy comes along.
Sorry, Balls. She's not taking. She's not into sharing. That's not her thing. Lawrence Perkins, who just joined us. Good afternoon, Capucine and George and fans. Thank you, Lawrence. Good afternoon to you. Omar, once again. Yeah, Omar. Where is she from? And she looks like she's from Haiti. And you, as we mentioned, you are from.
I'm born and raised in Miami, Florida. My parents are Haitian and Spaniard.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful mixed culture. Haiti, Spanish. It's just you just have this thing about women who have just beautiful mixed culture. It's amazing women in the world who just mix with so many different blends. We doing stuff like with racism like that, but when you put two people together and they're from different backgrounds, you gotta
And that's
find.
role in the bodybuilding too. I remember one year I wanted to wear my hair natural and they were not having it.
Yeah, because I know you did the when you made your pro debut was at the Chicago Pro, and your hair was straight,
Right.
and then after a
That,
while, I think,
that hair cost me $2,500.
God,
Hey,
I was worried about like a couple of weeks ago. I went get my hair cut, cost me $30.
right? $2,500, yeah. And the suits it can cost you there from the 1,000 to 1,500 too. But as I said, because I've been now competing more often, I've learned that you can rent suits. So I'll be doing that from now on.
Yeah, that's true because I know like Lawrence says that's true because I know somebody says their suits can get for 1,000 to 2,000. Renting shoes are small like that because fact is you got these Lexover suits and I know.
Time.
I know somebody who reached out to me and said they want to know what can I do with my suits. What can I do with my suits? Well, there's guys out there.
You can rent your suits out to other people, or you can sell your suits to like NPC beginners, like women who are just starting. What you can do is you go on your Facebook shopping thing and you can put your suit for sale or for rent.
Well, if you can, shoot me that link and I'll sell it to some ladies who are a couple ladies I know who are.
I have suits here, so if you have girls that are interested in renting suits from me, I have suits.
Well, I'll send them a link and I'll let them know. And if you watch this interview, if you are a competitor, she is renting suits and she's also knows people that can rent you suits because you want to save you some money. Because the fact is, it costs a lot more for women to compete in bodybuilding. You got to think about the guys, or as I call them, the
I
banana.
don't have to do anything besides make sure their gear is up to date and they got their little panties, and
Yeah, or I call them the banana hammocks. That's all they got to do. That's about it. You ladies got to wear makeup. You got to have hair. You got to have your jewelry. You got to make sure you look good. I mean, it's just
Botox, all that.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's a lot more expensive for you than it is for the men. Guys got to wear tanning. Some guys don't even have to have hair. You can shave yourself bald.
And the worst part is at the Olympia, the grand prize, I think it's like 40 or 80,000 for the women, and the men it's 400,000.
Yeah, because Big Ramy, I talked about this on the channel. Like Big Ramy walked away with nearly almost $500,000. Andrea Shaw and also I think Sidney Gillen in your division and other ladies, they $50,000. You got to think about it. $50,000 after taxes and everything else. You might be lucky. You might have $30,000 to yourself in your pocket.
Basically paying for everything you did to get that $50,000. You're just making your money back.
Yeah,
you're not really making money. But what I think the reason they do this is because I feel like I could be wrong, but perhaps the women get more sponsorships, more marketing tools after the show than the men do, and maybe that's why it's so less for the women.
Well, I say like this, actually, not as much as it should. One thing is, a lot of the girls would do a lot of what I call the beat the meat websites. They do photo sessions and video sessions to make up for, like, I know where she all right? Okay. I know a dear friend of mine told me how sometimes you can do these shows after shows. You might make $400 to $500 for an hour for like sites like Her Biceps and Muscle Angels and all the other ones.
The muscle fetish world, as far as body worship stuff and wrestling, you kind of set your own price. It's all about like you as the person. A lot of girls, like average girls, will charge anywhere from $200-300. Someone like me is gonna start about $350 to $2,000. It all depends like what the gentleman really wants from you. Some guys want to just spend a day with a bodybuilder. Some guys want to wrestle. Some guys just want to look at you. Some guys just want to see you do that all day.
Some guys want to do a little more too.
Well, sometimes they do too, but those guys typically are not. That's not really that lucrative because they're not willing to pay for it, Or if they are, you have to put yourself in this mindset of what you're doing. So it's not really beneficial at the end of the day because no one's really going to respect that.
Yeah, because I know some girls who have done it and they. Especially for certain sites and like that, and they post one lady who she does pure hardcore. There's a couple ladies who are a lady who I was friendly with, a dear friend of mine, Miss Wanderly Cashmere. She after she left bodybuilding, she did hardcore porn for a good while. Also, she still competed. She came back competing physique for a good while. Since she passed away, rest in peace to her. People like Lisa Cross who does hardcore porn. Robert Bova does hardcore. It's
money is as profitable and important for bodybuilders as it is in wrestling, because and also the mindset, like the cost of what happens to the mind. You're gonna make more money wrestling guys than you are selling your body any day.
Yeah, yeah. They are female bodybuilders that don't want to compete. I talked to some on the gram. That's my man KLA. Also, black. Hmm, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
They really don't want to compete because of the pressure,
Hmm. Yeah, black women have the best bodies of the on the planet. That is true. I have to agree.
Like,
I was raised by my mother. I had three older sisters. You know, I love my black women. But also, I love. I'm a man. I love all women. And one of my jobs I used to work in a strip club. And and I had guys coming to me, man, you working with those girls? I just said, dude, man. Well, my main job was I used to work at a textile plant. I worked with a lot of women, and anywhere independent, be you got your clothes on, clothes off, you're gonna be a headache because especially if you're not making no money, especially on a slow night. Here again, we got Lawrence Perkins. You make a great candidate. Any superhero movies and sports? Yeah, that's sweet. And Mr. 100 Wow said, how much she lifts bench press?
my max in the past has lifting or just bench press.
I think just bench press in general. Yeah, he's fine on
My
that.
max has been 275.
Yeah. I think that was when 275. That was when I was high school. I think it was like 14.
Yeah,
I was cock strong back in the day. I remember somebody. I used to play high school football too. I mean, said
but
George,
that's like double my weight.
yeah. I think I was pushing triple my weight by the time I was a junior. And here we got to know. KLA said, how young is she, and does she know Spider Woman? That's her assignment. Google. I wouldn't ask the lady her age, out of respect, because
I'm
I'm not gonna ask your age.
38.
How?
38.
Wow, I would think
I
you was
actually
28.
forgot my birthday last year. I thought I was 38 last year. And it's so crazy. I went to Miami and I call my mom, I'm like, Mom, are you sure I'm 38? Like, it's weird that I'm almost 40. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And then my niece made a comment, and some accountants were there. They did the math, and I was actually 37.
Uh
So
huh.
two birthdays this year.
All right. Time flies. I remember as a kid, birthdays seemed like it took forever. Christmas, like seemed like it is like far, far away. But now,
And just don't mind, it don't matter. Honestly, I still get carded, and I feel like I'm 17, and I think I'm going to look this young for a while.
yeah, because that's the thing about the fitness life. You can. I know ladies who I've talked to with the interviews who say like, "How old are you?" Say, "Oh, I'm 50." I said, "Dang, I thought you were 30." When like if you look, like I know you were at the New York. You saw Linda Murray was there, and Linda.
I did not see Linda Murray. Oh my God, she was there?
I have a friend. She just took. I'll show you a picture of it because I have of a friend. She took a picture with Linda because Winter Strength there. They had a booth. I have a partner I do live stream with. He went there because he wanted to go see the New York Pro, and Hell Trevino was there. I
That's
think.
not, like, I've always been compared to her.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
because
was until about last year I found out who she was.
yeah,
Like, I'm not like a fan of bodybuilding like that where I follow the people because I feel like it fucks with your head too much. I'll follow people like Sidney Gillen because that's my competition.
yeah,
You
because
know,
yes, yeah, because that's the thing is about it. Linda, she's about 60. She's gonna be 60 next year,
wow.
and you look at her. She looks like still like the day when she started competing. I mean, I think she looks like she's maybe almost 40, but you wouldn't think this woman was 60. Here we get here, Omar. This sport is very expensive. This woman spend a fortune with the proteins, vitamins, and other foods. And yeah, that's the thing is the cost of it. And he says again, the steroids are dangerous with this sport. He says spirit. And my man Balls Deep, salute to the chat. Salute to you, Balls Deep. Appreciate it for your salute. And yeah, that's the thing is that the sport is expensive, and the routine, everything else, because cost of food, travel, you got to get a room, you got to get spray tan, you got to get, you got to pay you because you say you got 8 gym memberships, and and the
I
thing
get
is,
traveled there all the time. It's a big investment. Big investment. It's kind of like the life of an actor.
yeah, and that's the thing is that the sport should be more profitable for the competitors. Like you get it, like I know, like with your pro card now, how much you pay for your pro card?
I pay 250 a year.
Okay. Now, I was talking with somebody, like, we were talking about how someone said they 250, 300. The thing is, it should be like, since you're competing for the IFBB and you let you using the moniker IFBB, especially on social media, they should put that money towards like pension, healthcare, life insurance, also health insurance.
Even like taking care of room and board, you know, if
Yeah.
we're bringing all these people are coming to see us. You know what I'm saying? People are paying for the event, they're coming to see us, we're paying a membership. They could at least do something where they take care of the room and board the day of the show, you know, something like that. Like they pay like the one night or something like that, like something to show they care, because you're only on stage for 1 minute, you know, and you do all this. And if you don't win or you don't place, you don't put a photo shoot, you know, I'm not saying it's for nothing, but you better be willing to take that loss. And you
Hmm.
can't complain about it, you know.
Yeah. Omar said these women deserve $1 million for the prizes in their contest. Yeah, you should. Like I said, I was talking with another friend. Like I said, the thing is, everybody comes see the guys, but you women keep us in the seats because we get excited. We see.
I feel like everyone comes to see the girls, you know, like I mean, especially with wellness out now, like it's a sexy division now, you know, like there's a lot of big time women out there that are like bringing in the packages. Um, Regardless of the fact, the treatment should be equal. Everyone is working hard to be there.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. Ballsy says, I love to see her in a micro bikini. Well, she has OnlyFans, Ballsy. Go check it out. You're not gonna see out here free. I gotta be careful.
Tomorrow at the beach, watch my IG.
Yeah, yeah. Watch your IG. Watch your IG. We have here also. Omar says it's unfortunate some of these women get into porn. Sex may be for the money, and yeah, that's unfortunate. But that's the thing about anything. It's a way to make profit. You gotta say that. Here we got here is my man KL beat the meat. His website. Well said, George. That's true. That's what they are. Because I'm not gonna. I'm not. I'm admit it. Yeah, I did. I did what I had to do. Especially when I was younger. I love porn stars, FBBs. Yeah, check out Lisa Cross, Balls Deep. I can't. I admit it. Yes, I had to use other magazines. They were kind of like my Playboys when I was coming up. But that's a different situation. We're not gonna talk about that right now. But one thing I feel like this is that, as we say about the money part, I think you ladies, all right, that's all right. You ladies do deserve at least a good chunk of change because what you put into it, you should get some more out of it. You just all you're doing is just competing mostly in the red half the time.
It would be good to get sponsors, you know, so a way to, like, I don't know, maybe starting a platform of people who love bodybuilders and want to sponsor them, and they maybe don't know who needs the sponsorship, and girls can sign up on there and put a page up and win a sponsor. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, my man Ballsy, Omar saying she is young for 38, beautiful. Because I'm just catching up because these guys are so excited. I'm just catching up some of these. Balls deep, sexies as AF. and here you go again. Nothing wrong with being a 80s baby. Yeah, I actually I was born in 74.
Yo,
But
the 80s, our generation was the best. We all know this. We had the Biggie Smalls, the Tupac Shakur. The life was a lot more fun back in the days, back in the 80s.
well, yeah, to me, like what Biggie did came like a little bit around the 90s, but yeah, it was because I grew up in the 80s because TV was better to me.
Born in '84, but like did that what generation are we? That generation of people born in '84.
Yeah, so I say with me, I was like I say, I grew a good part of the 80s. TV was seemed like it was better. We get nostalgic about the past, but we got to keep moving on. It's about moving forward. He's asking, when's your birthday? You should watch it again, Balls Deep. She said it was April 27th. So, you missed it because she thought she was 37, but she's actually 38. Keep up with it. Watch the video. Here we got here, KL. He says, you don't be reading my text right, George, but thank you, miss, for telling your age. I'm 46. Hey, brother, I got so many people on here commented because they see this chick, they get excited, they just get distracted. You got your boobs out, you got her abs out, she got a pretty hair, she got a big smile. I know you guys are you got your tissue and your wet right on the side. Just take your time, man. Take your time. Like I said, I like to give y'all ladies a platform because the fact is, when I got into this originally, my mother, she was sick, and I was taking care of her. And I needed something to give me some in my head, so my distraction. So I just got on YouTube just to talk about things. And then I met a gentleman by the name of Coach Harrison. And he told me, well, do something that you like to talk about. I said, well, I'm a big fan of women bodybuilding. So I started doing this content, start talking about the shows, and start talking about, the competitors, start doing interviews. And like ladies like you, and I want to give y'all a platform because if you look on social media, especially on YouTube, there's going to be 11 million sites dedicated to the men, but so few dedicated to women. Like, there's people like the DD on Spot, if you ever heard of him. There's a female bodybuilding channel. There's a guy named Mark Max Muscle. He mostly do guys, but every so often he do some stuff about the women. And I do like a comparison to it. I sent a video I did a comparison video with you a while back. And when he does it, he talks about men, but it's just you ladies, you need a opportunity to stand out and to get attention.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm. Don't mind him. That's my nephew. Yeah. He's just, I wish, he's just stupid. He's just stupid. Yeah, I know how it is. We live with somebody. But here he goes here.
Getting phone calls coming in here.
Yeah, I know how it is. But yeah, wait a minute. Yeah. Linda Murray is the GOAT. Yeah, I'm RIP past bodybuilders. Yeah, we had last year, a lot of women and men in sport passing away, and that's the thing about the sport. It's that the risk you take. Especially as you're talking about, you're not taking injectables, you're taking the stuff you can take and ingest, and that's the big difference.
It is a big difference. It also is very. I'm not going to sit there and say that, oh, if you're taking orals, it's healthier than taking injectables. It's not that. It's like injectables. Typically, anything that's in an injectable plays more with your hormones. Number one, and virilization, like how you grow your hair. You might start growing hair on your fucking mouth and all that kind of shit like that. But orals can be very damaging to the liver too. The thing is, people have to know when to cycle on, cycle off, and not stay on it for too long, and make sure they're also getting their stuff from like a real pharmacist and not like someone making it in their bathroom.
Or off our line.
You know what I mean? So like, and then a lot of things with like people get like they feel so good on it, they start to depend and feel like that's the only way they can do it. So that's why I always say to myself, I always stay as natural as possible. Unless the body's not coming to place when it needs to be or as quick as it needs to be, you need a little help. Yeah, but you never do anything at excess, and don't always listen to your coach. You know what I'm saying? Like your coach is gonna help you and all that, but he wants to win. You have to listen to your body. If your body is saying I'm not feeling right, and you think you're gonna lose because you're not listening to your coach, you might as well just lose instead of dying, because then you won't compete in the next show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, Lord. That's what my man Ballsy was saying. Here again is Omar says that steroids are very dangerous, especially because I know a while back I was talking to a friend of mine. She said that when she was doing a spray tanning, and she was like saw the woman next to her, the clitoris was about almost the size of a dingling, just about. And that's the thing about women, you have to be careful because it could change your whole chemical balance. You change your physical look. I mean, there's some women who have gotten to so extreme that they are starting to look more, bit by men, especially if you take testosterone, because it's not natural for women to have that in your system. You do have a small level because men and women do share some.
It's the same thing for the guys, because if they're taking like too much test, what happens is their body also needs the estrogen, so they'll start developing more estrogen than they need to. And then what happens, because they're men and shouldn't even be dealing with that, they start getting women attributes where they'll grow breast, they'll start to look softer, they'll get pimples everywhere. So
Balding.
Either one of them, everybody should be taking it, with a grain of salt. Also getting checked before you do anything. You have to check your vitals before you start putting anything in there. And I've had myself checked so many times, you have no idea.
Yeah. And also Omar just says that, steroids blows up the heart. Yeah, because you got to be careful with the heart.
The brain.
It affects your brain.
Is how you interact with other people.
Yeah, steroids give heart attacks. Yeah. And you have also the cases where we have stories of men going like roid rage and stuff like that, and just going, and just blowing their mind like that, and just Ballsy says he's 38. I think hey, Ballsy, this is not a dating website. This is an interview. Now, like I said again, her information in the description. You want to reach out to her, talk to her. She has IG. You want to Skype. Like I said, be serious about this. This we have here is a lovely lady, and she's giving us her time. And anybody out there who is a sponsor, who wants to sponsor her, give her opportunity, put her on the map, support her in her path, because you gotta admire her commitment and passion for the sport. It's a tough sport, bodybuilding. It is.
It is.
Mm-hmm. And right here we got here is Omar. It's better natural. It's slow and it's better. And he says, natural that shows better. Again, and salute to Big George. This is my man, Big Duke 24. Appreciate you, Big Duke. And and peace and blessings to the chat. I am getting a lot of I can't be her sponsor. Well, Balls Deep, if you're gonna be a sponsor, don't be looking for something other else than just a sponsor an athlete. Too many people, like I know some ladies I talk to saying like, oh, I want to sponsor you, but you gotta give me something.
It's just not sugarbabies.com, guys.
No, it's not that. If you, like I said again, if you want to sponsor her, like if you, like I said, I should have asked you if you have a Cash App, a Venmo, or something like that, because usually I ask them because if somebody want to send and donate something to her.
I have PayPal.
Yeah, so you got PayPal. Just I'll put in the later. Shoot me later. I'll put in the description later. That's the thing is about it's so much. Is I said again about the money part, and and anything that somebody could do to help an athlete come their way in the path. Now, like I said, we don't want to hold you too long because it's a sunny day. What's the weather like over there in New York?
Oh, it's nice. It's real sunny. I'll show you guys.
Yeah, you got a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, this is a little India over here. All the people got their music out. People are having beers. I'm still contemplating if I should go to the gym or get another Corona.
Like I said again, it's Labor Day week. It's Memorial Day weekend. Everybody about to wow.
The era, forget it.
Yeah, you can always go. You can go to the gym on Monday or Tuesday
Morning before Memorial starts. Yeah.
Yeah, they should do that because it's just people want to have a good time. Get faded, it's just a lot. It's just a lot to do. Here we go. We got Omar. He wants to be her slave, not her sponsor. He's talking about Balls Deep. Like I need a muscle wife urgent. This is not a dating service. This is not 90 Days Fiance. Omar, this is an interview.
Questions.
Yes, as he say, I got PayPal and Venmo. That's Balls Deep.
All right, well, my PayPal is my last name and first name at Gmail. LeConteCapucine@gmail.com.
All right, you can send it to me. I put in the link. Anybody want to shoot out? Like I said, a surface description, and I'll put the if you watch the video later, when she sent me the
Zell too, so I'll give you my Zell and my PayPal.
All right, and she sent me her Zell and PayPal. So if you're interested in supporting her, and maybe a few, like I said, especially the price of gas, you could really. She could really use this.
I want everyone to know that anybody who does sponsor me, and I've had some sponsors in the past, all of whatever I get is all about getting it ready for that show so that you guys can admire what I'm doing. So
yeah, we do admire it. She said, "Beautiful place, take me with you." That's Omar. Balls Deep. She's in the burbs. And once again, Balls Deep. I got you, boo. You get you do sessions in Chicago. I don't know.
Everywhere.
I
go to Paris, Scotland, Jamaica, Mexico, Italy, Rome. I mean, you name it. I've done them everywhere.
Yeah, you're the around the way girl that's been around the way, huh?
Yes, and back.
Cool. Anyway, folks, like I say, we're not gonna hold up too long. I know a lot of you guys.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, so I need that. Yeah, he needs that. And I don't want to hold you up. And like I said again, I do appreciate your time. You are, I would say, one of the most lovely ladies I've ever met on my channel. I mean, you are beautiful, and and it's a great to talk with you, to give you a platform, a voice, because you deserve that. You deserve that opportunity. Because, and like I said, look, fellas. I mean, I know you guys. She's right here looking at you. I know there's enough guys with the comments. I know you're getting excited. And she's coming up close and her boobs out. And it's just a pleasure to talk to women like yourself in this sport. Like I said, my content was mostly for a good bit. I was mostly focused on women's bodybuilding, but I expanded to physique, and now I'm expanding to your division because to me, your division in women's bodybuilding and physique is truthfully, like I said again, it's really women's bodybuilding. Now, I had done an interview with a lady who's planning to compete in bikini. She's a nice lady. I want to support her because she's a friend of a friend, and I'm thinking about doing some stuff on wellness because it's a little bit. The girls a little bit on the bikini so much. I said again, it's more, not as much as really bodybuilding, more than just they put the girls out there and you guys look at them and that's about it.
Right.
Yeah. So,
well, let's have a happy Memorial weekend. Thank you for everything, and I guess I'll be in touch with my next show. I'm actually planning for the next one now. So
okay, yeah, I'll fly you out, baby girl. Oh, he got some money on him.
Where are you?
yeah. He said he's in Chicago. He's in Chi-Town. He said he'll fly you out. So, right, Ballsy, like I said,
I got my Instagram. It's capucine.leconte.com. capucine.leconte. I also have my website. It's capucine-leconte.com. There's a subscription on there. Subscription is $19.99 for personal content, all workout videos, body worship videos, things of that nature. But it's or if you want personal training, whatever, capucine-leconte.com.
Yeah, and like I said again, her social media stuff is in the description. Reach out to her IG and other stuff. You can follow her. Reach out if you're a circus. You're serious about sponsoring her. You're serious about anything else. Be serious. Don't be just some guy saying, you know what, I saw her on George's live stream and she got me excited. Ballsy says, I'll follow you. He probably follow you anywhere you go. He's you gotta be careful. Some guy can get stalkerish. Omar says Capucine is how you said it. I'm not my Spanish that good. How you said it?
Caperucita in Spanish. See, it is.
Oh yeah.
In French, a flower.
Yeah. You can train me anytime. Anyway, before we go, he said, Ballsy said you got a fan. Okay, whatever. Okay. Who you want to give a shout out to anybody? Who anybody you feel like you want to get a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to Kai Green, which I haven't heard from you forever, homie, and just to all my fans, really. I don't have anybody particular that I really know in the industry like that I haven't seen a couple of days ago. So, shout out to my fans.
Well, like I said, we do appreciate your time. And I know it's out there, it's nice and sunny. You got on your little suit. You want to go to the beach, get yourself one more.
Outside, pull out a towel, tan with my Corona.
Take another cerveza. That's one Spanish word I know, cerveza. And here again for Ball Steve. Oh my God, this guy! You got this guy. Capucino is. Yeah, you got a new fan. You got a lot of fans. I mean, I tell you, I've done these live streams, and usually I have a good amount of people come in, but I was so busy trying to get these comments to these guys. You got these guys. These boys are like,
Thank you guys. It was a pleasure.
Like I said, we're going to appreciate Miss Capucine, her time. We hope to see her compete. Like I said, she said she's going to switch over to wellness. I think it's a good move for her because I think it's a great division for women who have certain physical traits. I like to shout out to all the guys who came through here. My man KLA, Go Against Nature, Andre Alexander, Balls Deep, man, your stalker, Omar Costa. He goes Omar. Kisses for you. And here goes Balls Deep. Pleasure all mine. All anybody who watches this video, like, comment, subscribe, support Miss Capucine in her path as a professional and as an athlete. As I said again, this is my rule. This is a rule. I'm a nail in your head because I remember this is before I remember years ago when I used to be a chat room, and some guy told me how he went to a show, and while the show when they had the women's finals, he heard a commotion in the back. And here's this guy, he get pulled out by security with his pants around his ankles because he was, what. And, guys, don't be those guys. Don't be those guys to go to a show. We see women like Capucine. You say, I can't wait to go to the bathroom. I can't wait to go to my room where you pull off your pants in the back row. You know, be respectful to these women. These are athletes. They are women. They are mothers. They are wives. They have working jobs. Don't send no D pics unless it's requested or asked. They don't want to see that. Keep that to yourself. You know, no one want to see you. You know, like I was like a live stream talking with a friend of mine. In the middle of it, some guy come in and he pulled out and we saw his tallywhacker. You know, we don't want to see that stuff.
Oh
Not,
God.
you know, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. You know, here you go. You know, balls deep, no stalker over here. I don't know balls deep. You know, he also said pause, and he says wash your hands or use sanitizer. You know, but like I said again, I do appreciate you and appreciate your time. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope everything goes great for you. I hope whatever you do is great overall. Because like I said, you know, if you ever want to come back again, shoot me a
The wind just knocked my phone down.
yeah. I think the wind wanted to look at you.
Right?
Yeah. But like I said, if you ever, if you ever, you're laughing at tallywhacker, yeah, people still call it tallywhacker. You know, if you ever want to come out here and, especially after your next show, because I'm not gonna ask you, let us be surprised. We're gonna come in because if you whatever show you're gonna do, I'm gonna do a video on it, and I will talk about you because, like I said, I do videos where I talk about shows.
Back on again, and maybe we can do another one before my show starts after I've conditioned for a little bit. See how
Yeah,
I'm looking,
because when you like this is old smoke shame. When you ladies rock hard, we'll rock hard.
right?
But like I said, I appreciate y'all coming through. Yeah, Ballsy, she definitely didn't skip leg day. Yeah. We appreciate you for coming through. We appreciate the love, Miss CAPUCINE LECONTE. If I got a name wrong, I want to apologize for her time and for giving us a lesson about her path in sport and her thoughts. Because I think it is, instead again, we want to support these women in the sport of bodybuilding, be it figure, be it women's open, be it physique, wellness, fitness, or even not so much as bikini, but be like I said again, reach out to her if you're genuinely want to sponsor her. Reach out to her if you genuinely just want to be a fan. Support any of these ladies in this sport because, like I said, it's a tough sport and they need all the support they can get.
All right. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys. I'm out of here.
All right. This is your man always, George Page. Thank you, your lovely Miss CAPUCINE LECONTE. Like, subscribe. Don't subscribe. We're out.
Bye bye.
Bye.